Hello, my name is Sonia and this is video number 23, part 2 in my series, The Basics of Crochet. And today we're going to continue on learning how to read a pattern and work a pattern. So part 1 we went over the title page, which goes over the materials and gauge, the dimensions of the project that we're making, and we're making a hat today. It's called the Beginner's Luck Hat, and here are the actual directions. So right here it says hat directions, and then underneath is notes, and some patterns do include notes and the designer has them there for a reason, so you want to read those notes. And if you're not a reader, if you don't like to read often, this might seem a little overwhelming to you. So what I like to tell people is to just take it line by line. So don't worry about all this down here right now. We're just going to go line by line. And if you even want to take like a little card to kind of block some of the words out just to help you out. So we're going to go over the notes first. So the hat is made top down and all joins are made with a slip stitch. So when it says to join in the pattern, you want to join with a slip stitch. So we finished with the notes, and so we're going to go to the next line. So with color A, we are going to chain 2. So this is going to be my color A, and before we need to chain, we have to make a slip knot. And generally patterns will not tell you to make a slip knot. They'll just assume that if you want to chain, you already know how to slip knot. So we're going to chain 2. So we chain 2. So now we're going to go down the next line. So now we're on to the first round, and it says work 4 single crochet in second chain from hook. Now there's more to it, so once you're starting in here, if there's commas, pause at the commas. So take it line by line, comma by comma. So we're going to work our 4 single crochet in the second chain from our hook. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we completed that part of round 1, and we're going to continue to read. It says, do not join. Place a stitch marker in the last stitch. So right now it's telling us not to join. So I'm going to grab, I have my little handy stitch mark, my scrap piece of yarn. I'm going to place that in my last stitch because the pattern is telling me to. And we have completed round 1. Not too painful. And then at the end of that round it gives a stitch count, 4 single crochet. So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, so we're doing good. So now we're going to continue. Now there's some more notes. So it says some rounds will be worked in continuous rounds, which means no joining. So that's what we did with round 1. We did not join. So placing a stitch marker in your last stitch of those rounds will help you keep track of your last stitch. So that is why the pattern says to place a stitch marker. It's going to help you keep track of your last stitch. So now we want to continue on. We're on to round 2. So in each single crochet, work a single and double crochet. Do not join again. So in each of these single crochets that we worked from round 1, we're going to work a single crochet and a double crochet. So we're working 2 stitches in 1 stitch. So that means that we are increasing. We are making this larger. So there's a single crochet, there's a double crochet in that stitch. So we're going to go to the next stitch and work our single crochet, double crochet. And it can be a little tricky in the beginning because it can get a little bit bunched together, but as you go along in the pattern, it'll start to take its shape and it'll get a little easier. So we have single crochet, double crochet. So we are to our stitch marker. We know this is our last stitch. I'm going to pull that guy out, work my single crochet and my double crochet, and round 2 said do not join. So we are going to place a stitch marker in that last stitch. And let's see what else round 2 says. Stitch count is 8 stitches. So we're going to count these guys because you do a lot of counting in crocheting. Because if your count is off, it throws off your pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're doing good. So now we want to go to round 3. So round 3 says in each stitch work a single crochet and double crochet, do not join. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to work a single crochet and a double crochet in each of these stitches. So we're increasing again. So here's a single crochet, double crochet, and we're just going to keep on going. And you'll see that it's going to start to get a little bit bigger because we want it to become a hat. And this hat is made top down. Some hats are made bottom up, so that means that it would start from the hat band and work its way up, but this one's starting from the top of the head and working its way down. We are about halfway through round 3, working our single crochets and our double crochets in each stitch. We're almost to our last stitch, and you can see having that stitch marker really helps you out, lets you know where you are in the pattern. So I'm going to pull that guy out, so I know that's my last stitch for round 3. Single crochet, double crochet. And let's see, round 3 also says to do not join, and our stitch count is 16 stitches. So I'm going to place my stitch marker in my last, oops, I'm not sure what I did there. I undid my work. That was silly of me. So we'll go back, fix it. Alright. Place our stitch marker. So round 3, we're supposed to have 16 stitches, so we are going to count our stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And again, it's very important to count. It might seem a little bit of a hassle sometimes, but if your count is off, it's going to throw off your pattern. So you really want to make sure, you keep track of your counting, because it is easy to get distracted and miss a stitch, and you don't want to be almost done and then realize the whole thing's messed up because you didn't count right. Alright, so we finished round 3, so now we're going to go to round 4. It says to repeat round 3, so we're going to repeat this round here, but it says changing to color B at end of this round, and then we will also join at end of this round. So that means instead of joining here like we did in round 3, for round 4 we're going to work a single crochet and double crochet in each stitch, but then in our last stitch we want to change to color B, and then we want to join at the end of this round. So we are going to work our single crochet and double crochet in each stitch. So it's getting a little bit bigger. Starting to take shape a little bit here. And just keep going around. And you can see just combining two basic stitches, single crochet and double crochet, just creates a nice little, neat little texture, which is one of the fun reasons why I love crocheting, because you can combine all different kinds of stitches to create unique fabrics, unique textures. I love texture in crochet. Love to see what I can come up with, or what other people have come up with. I love to make my own patterns, but I also have a really large pattern collection of other people's patterns. I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to make everything, but it sure is fun to look at them. Alright, we are almost to the end of round 4, and we are going to change to color B. Almost there. And again, if this is getting a little too fast for you, you can certainly pause the video and catch up. Alright. So almost to our last stitch. Okay, so we're at our last stitch. I'm going to pull out my stitch marker. I'm going to work my single crochet, and I'm going to work half of my double crochet. So there's my double crochet, and I want to change to color B. So I'm going to pick up color B, which I have right here, and I'm going to pop that on there. There's my color B, and now I'm going to join. In my, but actually before I join, I want to count, because for me, I like to often count my stitches before I join. It's just easier. So for myself, so we're supposed to have 32 stitches, so I'm going to quickly count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 31, 32. Okay, so we're good. We have 32 stitches. And that tail, it doesn't want to get out of the way. Alrighty. So now we're going to join. And we have completed 4 rounds of the beginner's luck hat. So we're going to work on round 5 in the next video. So part 3 will be round 5. Thank you for watching.